The Great Wall, as it unfolds across the landscape, symbolizes the enduring majesty of China. Machu Picchu, extending across mountaintops, captures the essential charm of Peru. The bricks and stones that form these great wonders are a common language relating ancient memories. Despite the vast distance that separates them, the Great Wall and Machu Picchu share a profound connection. The National Museum of Archaeology, Anthropology and History of Peru is located in the capital, Lima. Established in 1822, it's the country's oldest museum. Director Rafael Varón Gabay and his team are carefully curating a selection from its more than 100,000 artifacts. They will form a special exhibition designed to showcase the remarkable civilization that has thrived in Peru for thousands of years, which will be held during the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in November 2024. Varón hopes a particular item, a female ceramic figurine, will feature prominently in the exhibition. This ancient artifact is one of the most prized treasures in his museum's collection.
Esta pieza, que es llamada la Venus de Curayacu, por el lugar donde se encontró, al sur de Lima, en el distrito de San Bartolo, pertenece al periodo formativo que viene a ser entre el 1800 a.C. y el año 200 a.C.
On the far side of the Pacific, the Gansu Provincial Museum in China houses an artifact that seems to share a mysterious connection with the Peruvian goddess. It's a ceramic bottle featuring a female head-shaped mouth, known as the goddess of Dadiwan.
这件人头形器口彩陶瓶出土于天水大地湾，它是属于仰韶文化庙底沟类型的一件具有时代特征的彩陶器物。这件彩陶呢，它的时代大概距今有5500年，反映了古代社会是母系氏族社会时期呢，当时的远古人类呢，对生育繁衍和良好的这个生活的意愿的一种向往。
Separated by the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, China and Peru were at the heart of the ancient civilizations of Asia and the Americas. But what were our ancestors, who ushered in the dawn of civilization, really like? Two pottery artifacts, each depicting the face of a young woman, invite us to explore the distant past. One resides on the banks of the Yellow River in China. The other inhabits the coastal regions of Peru. Though separated by time and space, they reveal striking similarities in their forms and expressions, as well as in the thinking they embody.
La civilización china y la civilización peruana han tenido desarrollos muy antiguos y de manera autónoma. En el caso peruano también hay similitud con China, entonces aquí tenemos una gran similitud que es la que inicia todo este proceso civilizatorio.
The English phrase, from China to Peru, is defined as meaning all over the world, everywhere. Although separated by the Pacific Ocean, the Great Wall of China and Machu Picchu in Peru share the same cultural DNA. The original essence of human civilization is etched in their stones and rooted in these similarly ancient lands. 5,000 years ago, Liangzhu culture saw the early development of China's system of ritual, represented by jade. Around the same time in Peru, the oldest center of civilization in the Americas was established, called Caral, or the Mother City. Also in Peru, the ancient Nazca lines, dating back as far as 2,000 years ago, present many unsolved mysteries. In the east, the immense army of terracotta warriors, entombed for over 2,000 years, is also a source of mystery. In the early 15th century, the great Inca Empire connected a vast territory centered on the capital, Cusco. Meanwhile, in the east, the central axis of Beijing, the Ming Dynasty capital, revealed the magnificence of Chinese civilization. Though separated by vast distances, China and Peru, two ancient nations with remarkable civilizations, have come together to create a shared harmony that resonates across time and space. The ancient melody of a bygone era is evoked by a prized artifact from Henan Museum in China, the Jiahu bone flute.
贾湖骨笛呢，出土于河南省漯河市舞阳县贾湖村贾湖遗址。上个世纪70年代，经过了几次大型的发掘，共出土了骨笛有几十只。我们馆藏的这一只就是保存最完整的一只。
Dating back 8,700 years, the Jiahu bone flute is the earliest musical instrument ever discovered in China and the oldest instrument in the world that can still be played.
它的发现突破了我们传统的认为中国音乐只有5声的那个理论。在8700多年前，我们的老祖先已经有了7声音阶，因此它也被誉为中华第一笛。
Yan Wentao is a young member of the Huaxia Ancient Music Orchestra at Henan Museum. He longed to recreate the celestial sound of the first flute of China. So he consulted experts and worked with his colleagues to craft a bone flute capable of replicating the ancient melodies.
它的音色呢苍凉悠远，就像远古洪荒时期穿越过来的声音一样。
The music seems to bridge heaven and earth, creating a resonance and convergence between two ancient civilizations separated by thousands of miles. The well-known Peruvian song El Condor Pasa, as it echoes through the valleys of the Andes, expresses the Peruvian people's enduring pursuit of freedom. Music and dance are among humanity's oldest art forms. The vivid melodies, stretching back in time, are woven with ancient memories. The National Museum of Archaeology, Anthropology and History of Peru houses an extensive collection of musical artifacts. Many of them will be featured in the special exhibition on the country's ancient civilization.
En el antiguo Perú, no solamente en los incas, sino desde mucho antes, la música en muchos casos estaba unida con la danza y con el registro de la memoria. Entonces la música no era únicamente una expresión estética, sino que estaba asociada a la memoria.
Even for two countries separated by thousands of miles, distance is no barrier. The light of one civilization illuminates the other. The Jinsha Site Museum in Chengdu is a must-see place for anyone interested in China's ancient Shu civilization. The Jinsha archaeological site was discovered in 2001. At the museum, visitors can share the experience of archaeologists uncovering the mysteries of history at an excavation site. Here, China's ancient Shu civilization meets Peru's Andean civilization.
这次呢，我们的印加文明展览里面，其实是有意识的选择了跟古蜀文化、跟三星堆金沙比较相似的一些物品。
Wang Fang is a veteran archaeologist who has led more than 100 investigations and excavations. She possesses an intimate knowledge of the stories behind every artifact at the Jinsha Site Museum. She's able to bring a unique perspective to bear on the connection between Peru's Andean civilization and the ancient civilization of Shu.
通过观察不同的时期、不同的文化，它有相似的这些物品，它们之间的共通性，我们来了解同样的这些器物，在不同的文化之中，它所具有的不同的内涵。
When a gold mask from Peru's ancient Sican culture encounters a gold mask found at the Jinsha site in China, it's more than just a meeting of two artifacts. It symbolizes a face-to-face exchange between the ancient civilizations.
我们在古蜀文化里面发现了很多的黄金制品，除了三星堆可能有几百件，金沙也有超过300多件。古蜀王国是一个金面王国，也是一个黄金的王国。黄色，古人观察到太阳最直观的颜色。 我们在古蜀文化里面发现了很多跟太阳崇拜相关的物品，太阳的符号，太阳的图案。
Delving into the mystery and splendor of the ancient Shu civilization, soaring birds emerges as an iconic symbol. Visitors to the Jinsha Site Museum will see numerous depictions of an immortal bird flying towards the sun.
我们眼前的这一件就是我们的镇馆之宝，中国文化遗产的标志，我们把它称为太阳神鸟。它的图案来说，淋漓尽致地为我们展现了一个太阳崇拜。 内圈呢是12道光芒顺时针旋转，外圈是只神鸟围绕着这个太阳逆时针飞翔，这就让我们想到中国古代传说里的金乌复日。
Inca civilization, like that of Shu, regarded the sun as an important cultural symbol. Cusco was the capital of the Inca Empire. To its ancient inhabitants, it was known as the navel of the world, since they regarded it as the center of the planet. Today, Cusco serves as an ideal starting point for investigating sun worship in the Inca civilization. Every year on June 24th, at the start of the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere, people gather in Cusco. They come to celebrate Inti Raymi, the festival of the sun. The event reenacts the ancient Incas honoring the sun god, Inti. They would offer thanks for bringing light and warmth to earth and pray for a good harvest in the coming year.
El Inti Raymi, que significa la fiesta al sol, se celebraba en el tiempo de los incas. Ese día es cuando venían personajes importantes, gobernantes de los 4 suyos, de los 4 estados incas, al que llamamos Tahuantinsuyo, venían en comisiones, peregrinando de los 4 estados y finalmente se reunían aquí en la ciudad del Cusco.
According to legend, the festival of the sun was established by Pachacuti, the king at the height of the Inca Empire. Like all its rulers, he was revered as the embodiment of the sun god.
Y Pachacútec es reconocido en la historia del incanato como el inca que conquistó casi todo el territorio del llamado Imperio Incaico. Esta casa es una casa muy importante en el periodo Inca, desarrollo, que es el periodo de Pachacútec. Se dice que aquí nació Pachacútec. No fue su palacio principal, pero sí fue su lugar de infancia, ¿no?
Historical records indicate that the construction of Machu Picchu commenced during Pachacuti's reign, when the Inca Empire was at its height. However, the arrival of Spanish conquistadores in the 16th century marked the start of the empire's decline. Spanish-style churches and houses were erected on the ruins of the once great Inca Empire. However, rare traces of the ancient civilization remain embedded in the thick stone walls. Today, among the remote ruins, visitors seek traces of the ancient Incas' sun worship. On mountaintops, they find stacks of massive stones, built so worshippers could get closer to the sun. This practice eventually evolved into the construction of the enigmatic city in the sky, Machu Picchu.
Se presenta una ciudad como la que ustedes están observando, maravillosa, con una arquitectura de gran nivel. Así como en China se construyó la Gran Muralla, que es una obra majestuosa, impresionante, igual también aquí en Machu Picchu se conoce arquitectura de primer nivel, de alta ingeniería.
Machu Picchu, perched 2,000 meters above sea level in the Andes, between towering peaks, is lit up by the sun. In the Inca language, Machu Picchu translates as Old Peak. After the fall of the Inca Empire in the 16th century, the ancient city, hidden high in the mountains, disappeared from history. For hundreds of years, it remained a timeless sanctuary, preserving the remnants of an ancient civilization. Then, in 1911, Machu Picchu was rediscovered and brought back to the world's attention. For decades, archaeologist Regulo Franco Holdan has worked tirelessly to uncover the secrets of Machu Picchu, the city in the sky.
Este era Machu Picchu. Era una ciudad sagrada, alejada de la capital de Cusco. Y no ha sido fácil probablemente escoger este sitio porque, como ustedes pueden ver, es un sitio estratégico geólogos, antropólogos físicos, porque su idea era saber qué naturaleza tenía este sitio, quiénes vivían aquí en Machu Picchu y qué cosa es lo que se hacía aquí en Machu Picchu. Si nosotros reconstruimos un poco la historia en base a las evidencias que tenemos en este momento, es muy probable de que un grupo de sacerdotes, astrónomos, arquitectos, ingenieros, gente muy especializada, haya venido primero acá a elegir el lugar sagrado.
The achievements of the ancient Incas in religion, agriculture, and astronomy are evident in this mountaintop city.
Y esto que quede bien claro, que esto ha sido una ciudad sagrada del imperio de los Incas único.
Today, Machu Picchu is synonymous with Peru. Tourists from across the globe flock to this marvel of bricks and stones to experience one of the few places that's designated as both a cultural and a natural World Heritage Site. But protecting Machu Picchu's natural environment and its ancient ruins has become a matter of extreme urgency.
Estamos trabajando en la investigación arqueológica y como ustedes pueden ver ya estamos excavando en la plaza principal de aquí en Machu Picchu. Estamos trabajando en la conservación. El Ministerio de Cultura centra toda su atención especialmente en Machu Picchu por su naturaleza como patrimonio de la humanidad y como maravilla del mundo.
From Machu Picchu in Peru to the Great Wall of China, conservation work is protecting ancient civilizations and recreating them in new and vibrant forms. Yang Dong is a photographer. Now in his 30s, he began documenting the Great Wall of China in 2015, using his lens to tell the story of this World Heritage Site.
运气好的话，应该还会拍到火烧云，敬请期待。这9年呢，我就为长城拍摄了大概有70多万张长城照片，还有200多个 T 的视频素材。 行程大约呢将近20万公里吧。
Yang Dong is tracing history with his footsteps and capturing it with his lens. At sunrise and sunset each day, he is to be seen witnessing the Great Wall in its silent splendor.
我登上这个长城呢，就本来这种自然的美就已经很震撼人心了，而且在这个山脊上。 又耸立了这么一个庞大的建筑，你说这个美有多么的震撼
The Great Wall was built over a 2,000-year period, beginning in the Spring and Autumn and Warring States periods. As the largest linear cultural heritage site in the world, it's an architectural marvel. More than that, it's woven into the fabric of Chinese civilization and holds profound emotional meaning for the Chinese nation.
拍长城拍的是景象，其实更多的是那种精神，也是能让我为这件事情能坚韧不拔。
While Yang Dong captures the Great Wall through his lens, 78-year-old scholar Li Xiaocong has dedicated his life to studying it. Li Xiaocong has always been fascinated by ancient maps of the Great Wall. When, in a foreign expert's research paper, he saw a reference to the topographic map of the Great Wall, he set about scouring libraries and museums across Europe in search of it.
当那个卷子一展开的时候，我这个心都快跳出来了。从甲乙关往东，这个长城一直画下去，确实就是我要找的那张图。它是从长城外面试点，就是平面和立面相结合的形象画法画的。啊，这长城城堡都是立面的，山也是立面的，然后它的线条呢都是平面勾勒的，上面有文字注记，所以我断定它出自清朝前期。
Li Xiaozong isn't motivated solely by a desire to collect maps. He's passionate about exploring history. He closely studies the details of every map in the hope of discovering fresh historical insights.
在传世的古代地图里面，一定要把长城画出来。长城它是一个地区的一个界限，它不是分割，它使得草原地区人民和农耕地区人民就通过长城这种有形的东西把它完全结合在一起。长城就预示着这个国家的一种包容。
The Great Wall, stretching mile after mile, both inside and beyond it, lies my hometown. Stories of the Great Wall resonate throughout history. Despite his advanced years, Li Xiaozong continues his tireless search for ancient maps of the Great Wall. Both the photographer who captures landscapes and the historian who perceives the passage of time are working to continue the legend of the Great Wall.
在国外，一提到中国，第一个选到万里长城。
站在一个全球的视野上，长城作为一个世界文化遗产，它是中国的，但是更是世界的，是全人类的。
Today, when technology and culture are advancing hand in hand, science is inspiring new thinking on the preservation of cultural heritage. A new chapter is being opened in the conservation of the Great Wall. In early autumn 2024, Shang Jingyue and his colleague returned to Shijiazhe village, located at the foot of the Jiankou section of the Great Wall on the outskirts of Beijing. From here, they plan to head to sections 119 and 120 of the Great Wall, which are under repair. The quickest way there involves an hour-long climb up a steep mountain path. The Jiankou section is among the most famous and treacherous stretches of the Great Wall. Dating from the Ming Dynasty, it has withstood the test of time and relentless erosion by wind and rain. But now it's in urgent need of protection and repair. Initial emergency repairs began 8 years ago, in 2016. Shang Jingyue and his colleague are working on the 5th phase of the project.
在监控长城近几期的修缮中呢，都是特别强调最小干预这个原则，就是说，在我们解决了长城本体的这个安全的风险之后，尽量的去保持它的原状，包括这些长城上的这些植被。
Shang Jingyue is an engineer based at Peking University's School of Archaeology and Museology. In his restoration and protection work, he makes use of the latest technology.
这个数字化记录呢，是贯穿这个工程的整个过程的，每隔1米去拍一张照片，然后从不同的角度去拍，大概可能一段城墙有个1-2千张照片吧。那么通过这些照片了，最后在那个电脑上及时的这一个现状的模型给它算出来。
Digital technology allows the restoration workers to create a highly precise 3D digital model of the Great Wall. With this, they can assess its condition along with that of the surrounding vegetation and rocks.
像我们现在做的这些工作，一方面来说它是保护了长城的本体，其实另一方面更大的意义是说，是我们现在当代的人如何来看待长城，然后如何把它维持下去，包括传承给后代。
From China to Peru, from the Great Wall to Machu Picchu, in the careful preservation of every brick and stone, the legacy of civilization is being continued.
中国的长城也好，秘鲁的马丘比丘也好，你就会想到，我们的人类的命运是息息相通。
Well, they all have something to say. 你们来！
我是石家村长城保护员，我叫朱爱斌。
我是长城保护员刘红岩。
你好，
你好，长城。
保护长城，人人有责。
Marcos is a young Peruvian. His desire to preserve civilization has brought him to Shixia village at the foot of the Great Wall in Badaling, on the outskirts of Beijing.
Al venir a China, lo pude experimentar y aprendí mucho más y conecté incluso más con las personas aquí y con mi entorno. China es un país que siempre me ha interesado desde muy pequeño.
The first person Marcos visited was Mei Jingtian. He was one of the original Shixia residents who became a protector of the Great Wall.
快请进。
你好，我是 Marcus。你叫什么？
我叫梅景田。
In 2007, Mei Jingtian started the tradition among the villagers of volunteering to patrol the Great Wall. He began going out for 5 hours a day, taking with him a sickle and a camera. But Mei Jingtian is 88 now and struggles to climb the wall. Younger people have taken over patrol duties, but he still climbs up to a vantage point in the village every day to gaze at the Great Wall. Marcos's next stop is the Shixia Pass. This is one part of the Great Wall that the residents of Shixia have traditionally guarded.
就要去长城爬山，我知道不是太容易。
不知道你听过长城上流传那句话没有？不到长城非好汉。
Hai Bin is around the same age as Marcos. He's also from Shixia village. He and his fellow volunteers are responsible for 10 kilometers of the Great Wall, which they patrol every day.
你每天爬山吗？
对，每天我们都要上。
每天？
对，每天。这就是那个野长城。
Shixia Pass on the Great Wall was originally built during the Ming Dynasty. 20 years ago, the villagers formed a volunteer team to protect this World Cultural Heritage Site on their doorstep. They've kept the initiative going ever since. The work mainly involves mundane tasks, such as picking up rubbish, clearing weeds, and photographing dangerous sections of brick. For Marcos, who's new to the work, it's quite a challenge.
It's not easy. It was harder than I thought. I think the view is worth it.
It's like the Great Wall, the most important landmarks in our countries. En China tenemos a la Gran Muralla China y en Perú tenemos a Machu Picchu. Dos monumentos que representan a cada nación y que la distancia no los separa, los une más porque tienen características similares, representan tradición, representan cultura, representan civilización, representan resiliencia, representan todo lo que conlleva unas culturas milenarias. Y la cooperación que tienen ambos países no solo es importante para ellos, sino para el mundo.
A new day is dawning over the sacred valley of the Incas, leading to Machu Picchu in Peru. An indigenous family is beginning the day's work. Making the pachamanca is the most important daily task.
Sí. Esa piedra te botaría.
This traditional Andean dish involves cooking produce sourced directly from Mother Earth in an earth pot called a pachamanca. Potatoes are a vital ingredient. Potatoes, one of the world's most important staple foods, came originally from the Andes. Both China and Peru are ancient agricultural civilizations. China was the first country in the world to cultivate rice, domesticating it as early as 10,000 years ago. Over 8,000 years ago, people living in the Andes in Peru were the first to domesticate and grow potatoes. Thus, they initiated the cultivation of what is now the world's third most important food crop. The fertile soil of the Sacred Valley has, in the course of thousands of years, evolved into a major agricultural base. At the height of the Inca Empire, corn, potatoes, and quinoa were grown here in terraced fields. Pisac is the site of a ruined Inca fortress. It stands on a mountaintop over 3,500 meters above sea level. Below it, terraced fields unfold in a magnificent landscape.
Nosotros tenemos andenerías desde la parte baja, que está el río Chongo, que está aproximadamente a 2.900 metros sobre el nivel del mar. Pero tenemos también una altitud acá arriba de 3.200 metros aproximadamente. Pero eso estaría apto para el cultivo de la papa.
The Inca Empire developed advanced terrace irrigation techniques that allowed it to feed a population of 12 million at its peak. This in turn made it possible to expand its territory and build vast structures like Machu Picchu.
Hemos verificado de que en los andenes de Cosca son aproximadamente 83 andenes y que ello supone un área aproximadamente de 1.200 metros cuadrados cada una de estas andenerías.
Even older than those at Pisac are the Moray terraces. They served as an agricultural research base for the ancient Incas. The 150-meter height difference between the terraces created significant variations in temperature. In these diverse climates, the Incas experimented with cultivating different varieties of potatoes and corn.
Hay mucho que se ha encontrado en numerosas excavaciones científicas que se han hecho a todo lo largo de los Andes, en costa y sierra. Se han encontrado antiguas semillas de papa y también de otros productos. En el caso de la papa en particular, estos han sido registrados por el Centro Internacional de la Papa.
The center, located in Lima, is the world's most respected potato research institution. Technological development has made the potato industry one of the most important agricultural sectors globally. Researchers around the world are working to ensure global food security and promote economic development. China is now the world's leading potato producer. Its growing areas cover diverse terrains and climates. Jin Liping is a chief scientist with the China Agriculture Research System. Much of her time is taken up with field research.
我自己呢，长期做马铃薯的品种选育，选产量更高的、品质更好的、更好吃的，也比较容易种的这样子的品种。
In the summer of 2024, Jin Liping was called urgently to a key potato growing area. Her advice was needed on a variety known as the Zhongshu 27. The Zhongshu 27 is a hybrid introduced into China from the International Potato Center in Peru at the beginning of this century. It had taken Jin Liping and her team a decade to ensure that the Zhongshu 27 could perform well across diverse latitudes in China.
我们现在登记和审定的品种里面，大概应该有10几个这个亲本是来自于国际马铃薯中心的。那么其中我们育成的中薯27，我认为它是一个比较优秀的这样子一个品种，外观品质特别漂亮，皮也光滑。所以通过国际马铃薯中心，我们能够选育更好的品种，为中国的马铃薯产业高质量发展，为中国的老百姓提供更美好的植物，能发挥更大的作用。
A potato seedling carrying genes from Peru's ancient civilization is now growing in China. On the other hand, rice, which was first cultivated in China, is enriching the Peruvian diet. Lima, the capital of Peru, is famous in South America as a city of gastronomy. Here, a sign reading Chifa is ubiquitous. Chifa is the phonetic transcription of the Chinese word for eat. In chifa restaurants, steaming Peruvian fried rice is one of the most popular dishes.
Bueno, se ha fusionado muchos condimentos chinos con los condimentos peruanos, ¿no? Mucha mixtura, esa combinación, y se ha llegado a crear pues chaufa.
Luna's restaurant is located in the old town of Barranco in Lima. A world-renowned travel and culinary magazine has rated her fried rice the tastiest in the world. It's not only the food that brings in so many diners. Chung Yeon has been operating for 101 years. As Lima's oldest Chinese restaurant, it has witnessed many changes. Like other chifa restaurants across the country, it's both a testament to and a symbol of the coming together of the civilizations of China and Peru. In the early 19th century, Peru was one of the first countries in Latin America where Chinese migrants landed. Over the years, increasing numbers of Chinese nationals settled in Peru, where they and their descendants have thrived, far from their homeland. In the heart of Lima's Chinatown is a building that houses the oldest and most influential organization of Chinese immigrants in Peru. It's the Chinese Central Benevolent Society, the role of which has been shaped by over 100 years of Chinese integration.
这个牌匾通会总局，当时跟很多华人在秘鲁，但是没有一个机构，一个统一的机构把它们凝聚起来，所以1886年第一个公使者来秘鲁，把这个华侨凝聚起来。
Since its establishment in 1886, the Chinese Central Benevolent Society has worked to encourage friendly exchanges between China and Peru and mutual understanding between the two peoples. At every significant event involving overseas Chinese, the Benevolent Society's lion dance team is always on hand. Dragon and lion dances are a unique part of Chinese culture. They were introduced into Peru, the birthplace of Inca civilization, by Chinese migrants. Today, dragon and lion dances are especially popular among young people in Peru. New members are flocking to join the lion dance team. In the intersection of past and present, in the exchange between two ancient civilizations, the tradition of the dragon and lion dances is being passed down.
Y en el año 2019, celebrando o conmemorando los 170 años de la inmigración china al Perú, justo estaba pensando en crear una canción que hablara de ese tema y una noche me vino la inspiración. Puse a plasmarlo sobre papel, recreé la historia relatada desde primera persona de qué es lo que estaría pasando por la mente de un inmigrante en la época en que comenzaron a llegar los chinos al Perú.
En este país muchas vidas se forjaron, muchas generaciones aquí empezaron, trabajando duro, dando lo mejor.
Acá está el colegio, acá está la historia. Valioso, los premios de Pum Pum. Sí, ese de Ponchao, ciudadano ilustre.
Victor is a third-generation Chinese resident of Peru. His parents often tell their children about his grandfather, Dai Zonghan.
Realmente mi papá vino de la China muy jovencito.
Él vino a los 14, 15 años.
Dai Songhan worked hard and started a business. In a visit to Peru's northern coastal regions, he discovered vast areas of abandoned farmland. He and a colleague, Dai Herting, set about turning the barren fields into fertile rice paddies. Hanji is Dai Songhan's eldest grandson. He has traveled to the northern rice paddies to learn more about his grandfather.
当时呢，他们开始的时候啊，他们这很落后，就是种大米的时候，他就种一个木棍来说，插一个洞，就是放这个种子上去，就没有这个播种啊，没有移植方面的技术呢。因为我祖父在中国也是做过这方面的工作，他就在用自己的知识来说，就传授给当地的农民，所以对于当地的大米来说的产量提高了很多。
Dai Songhan succeeded in turning Peru's northern coastal region into the country's first rice-producing area.
Lo agradecía mucho a él porque él ayudó mucho. Por eso que todo eso lo postularon para la condecoración del gobierno.
Dai Biyuan accompanied her father to the awards ceremony. She still cherishes the medal for agricultural merit he received from the Peruvian government. At dusk, the aroma of fried rice wafts from the numerous chifa restaurants. Few of the diners know that it was a man named Dai Songhan, by introducing advanced cultivation techniques, who made rice a staple food for Peruvians. Nor do they appreciate how much the tasty Peruvian fried rice is imbued with Chinese characteristics.
Este es colca.
支的动作，这里，可以吗？
I came to China in January 1st of 2002.
我第一次去秘鲁是2011年。
With the help of some friends who are my customers, we opened Azul, my first restaurant in Shanghai.
我一直心里有这种梦想，想去真正的去看到书里描述的马丘比丘城堡。
Eduardo and Yuxia are both pursuing their dreams, thousands of miles from home.
For the last 10 or 15 years, Peruvian food became very popular around the world. You know, I will always be an ambassador of Peruvian food and promote Peruvian food in China because I love this place.
While Eduardo is connecting Peru and China through his cuisine, Yuxia is realizing her dream in Peru.
所以到了之后，看到书里描述的马丘比丘城堡，好像我在实现自己小时候的梦想一样。
Having visited Machu Picchu, Ma Yuxia brought a new dream with her back to China.
因为2011年我第一次接触到这个羊驼毛的产品，印象特别深刻，所以心里埋下了一个种子。这个产品在中国市场好像还没有，我是不是可以带到中国去？
85% of the world's alpacas are found in Peru, where their wool is hailed as soft gold. Peruvian artisans use the soft wool to create distinctive handicrafts. Mamani and his family live beside Lake Titicaca. They earn a living by making and selling alpaca dolls. They used to sell their dolls at local tourist spots. Mamani never imagined that one day the little alpaca dolls he made would make their way to China.
自从这个马马尼大叔一家跟我们工作以后呢，他们从电视里就看到中国长什么样，我们也给他发照片，看你的产品在哪里销售，他肯定充满了向往。
At the first China International Import Expo in 2018, Mamani's alpaca dolls were an instant success. At the next 4 expos, Ma Yuxia expanded her booth, and the volume of orders grew steadily.
23年的7月份，当我再次回到秘鲁的时候，我就给他说，我发出正式的要求，我说今年进博会，我们邀请你和你太太一起去上海。进博会呢，我们专门给他们安排一个座位，所有人都想要他亲手制作的小羊驼。
In June 2024, Ma Yuxia returned to Peru again. During the visit, she fulfilled a promise she'd made to Mamani and his family.
在马马尼来到上海的时候，就一直跟我们讲，你一定要去我的家乡，是在迪迪卡卡湖中的一个小岛上。这次呢是去到马马尼他出生的地方。马马尼呢，他们全家族的人用最隆重的仪式接待了我们。
Nothing, not even mountains and oceans, can separate people with a shared goal and vision. From China to Peru, from the Great Wall to Machu Picchu, the story continues. The Huaxia Ancient Music Orchestra at Henan Museum is performing the famous Peruvian piece El Condor Pasa on ancient Chinese musical instruments. The beautiful melody transcends time and space. It captures the sense of harmony between the two civilizations, the values of which are treasured by the people of both countries.